Hello all. I have a little nugget for you. A little nugget. I'm all about providing and sharing and caring and just giving food for thought, wisdom out there for free. I actually love that portion of it. I love this portion of my testimony. This is where it gets good. This is where the fun part starts. I have a lot that I'm going to work on today. So I gotta get to it. But just a little snippet of how I'm gonna roll things out in the future. Lessons, truth, and exposure. When you have nothing to lose. Have you been there before? I've been there before. When you have nothing left to lose, you finally give life everything you've got. I feel like when you get down to the ground, you get down to the darkness, you get down to just lifing, is when you really start to connect with God and your divinity and your sovereignty and whatever that looks like for you, whatever your religious beliefs are for you, whatever your spirituality is for you. Like, we all adopt different beliefs and we're entitled to adopt those. I just never understand why people feel like you have to believe what they believe. Like, I don't stand on that. At the end of the day, it all circulates the same. You know what I mean? In all different religions, all different Christianities, like they all, like God and whatever you worship and Jesus and the divine, like they all stand on the same. They stand on morality, justice, truth, compassion, empathy, grace, kindness, humility, humbleness, forgiveness, unconditional love, like they all, all the characteristics remain the same across the board in reference to any type of religion. And your Christ conscience, the Holy Spirit that resides inside of you, inside of us all. And so it's odd to me that we just take it down different roads. But anyways, when you have nothing left to lose, you finally give life everything you've got. I know I got to that place. I got to that place 2 years ago, man. I did. I had nothing else to lose. I was down for the count. Golly. There are so many times I think about nights in the last 2 years, in the last decade of my life, but the last 2 years, I mean, big fat tears, big uns. Cried so hard I couldn't breathe. Whether that was in my bed, in my shower, but then I go into my day, my everyday, my work, and I just put on a happy face and do what I had to do. But deep down inside, I was dying, and God was just helping me just get through it and just figure out why I was feeling the way that I was feeling, why I was going through what I was going through. And it's so hard for me to put into words, but I know that there's a lot of people that feel that way right now, people that have felt that way, and I feel like when you get to that place in your life, you got to understand you're at a transformative place in your life. And it's like you got two pathways. You can go down this road or you can go down I didn't mean to do that. You can go down this road. And, God's with you one way, and, the devil, your ego, materialism, conformity, socialism is down this way. It really is. And it's just up to you which way you go. That's where your free will comes in. You stop overthinking because destiny can't be outrun, only aligned. When I got to that place where I had nothing left to lose, I stopped overthinking. I had nothing left to overthink anymore. You know what I mean? I'd overthunk everything. There were so many questions, so many misunderstandings just in life in general and what was surrounding me that I got to the point where I stopped questioning everything and I just started to flow with it. I'm like, okay, all this is happening around me for a reason, and God has me here for a reason. So I'm just going to start figuring out what that reason is. Flexibility, adaptability are survivor tools. They are. If you have the ability to be flexibility and survive in the most unfavorable situations, which I think we're all in the survivability right now. I mean, just on the news a little bit ago, I was talking about the affordability and the lack thereof in our country right now and how people are questioning Trump. About dang time. I mean, hello. I mean, golly, are we late to the party? I mean, come on. You become your own hero. I became my own hero. At first I was like, oh, somebody's going to come in and save me. You know, the system, my government, my judicial system, yeah, it's going to come in. It's going to save me. I just know it. I have faith in it. And it was like, no, actually, Amanda, they're not. Actually, they're a part of the problem. And you're here to shake that up. And so I became my own hero. I did. And God's trained me for this. You learn to cut the strings so no one can puppeteer you again. Yeah, those strings have been cut. You cannot puppeteer me. Good luck. I'm more concerned about those trying to puppeteer me than I am me being puppeteered. I'll tell you that. There's no puppeteering here. Those strings have been cut. Cut. Now, I want everybody to stand with me, stand beside me, but if you're coming at me sideways and you're trying to puppeteer me and all that, no, 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 no. You do not pass go. You do not get $200 here, baby. You can keep those strings on your side. I don't move and operate with strings. I don't move and operate in hidden agendas. And I don't move and operate to put myself above people. You know, I saw this one video where somebody's like, I don't remember his name. I like some of his content. Some of it's a little overbearing. But he's like, you know, I worked so hard for where I'm at. And nobody was there when I almost tried to kill myself and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I get that. I'm right there with you, buddy. So if I drive a Bugatti or whatever those cars are, so be it. I'm like, brother, do you, boo-boo. Do you. You know what I mean? But you don't have to scream it from, like, the rooftops, man. Bugatti. That's what it is. I don't even know what a Bugatti is. I'm an antique car kind of gal. You know, I like the rough around the edges, built from frame up type crap. You know, I don't like all these Premier cars. I got myself a Premier car. That was a bad idea. They got me hooked, signed, and sinker on my car. My local credit union's a joke. Straight joke. Anyways, and among others, you know, we all question the government, but why don't we question the banking system? Let's talk about that for a minute. You know, it's all just a joke. Anyways, when you have nothing to lose, you finally get to where it's like everything you need, you have within you. You don't need anything outside of you. When you become your own hero, you do not need anything. No material, no team in the back like, woo, you don't need none of that. You know, you don't need a Bugatti driving you. You don't need to drive one of those. But if you want to, cool, for sure, do it. But those types of things don't matter. They just don't. Not to me, at least. To each to their own. I'm here for it. I don't judge people. I really don't. I don't have time for that in my little head. I'm too busy trying to hold on to my nuggets in reference to what I can pour out into this world to help elevate it. You know, help people reach their highest potential. Not only for myself, but for others. Because I realize for the world to evolve in a better place, we all need to universally move and operate in our highest potential. Otherwise, we're going to keep going down this gerber wheel, you know? And so I recognize that. And so I just don't move and operate thinking solely about my own pathway. I don't, because I choose to move and operate in humility and humbleness and working for the best, not only for myself, because I know when I move and operate in the best version of myself, that then surrounds myself in my reality. But I hope this video resonated. I can just have a chatty Cathy. Who knows? Maybe I'll go live at some point. Who knows? Whenever I try to do that, my phone's getting all wonky. I just don't have it in me to deal with all that crap, you know, whenever I try to do these things, because it irritates me. So it's like, okay, this irritates me. I'm just not going to try. You know what I mean? But I love you guys. Have a great day.